Hello everybody, my name is Radu Trankau and I'm a technical consultant here at Trimble UK. I will be talking in this presentation about the Tekla Structures 2020 enhancements on the modeling side of the software. So it will be a hands-on demonstration on a small project that I've just created prior to recording this video. So let's just dive in straight away to see what enhancements have been released in Tekla Structures 2020. The first thing that you will probably notice is that the objects now have a thicker black edge, and that comes automatically with activating the DirectX rendering switches. So if you want this this representation of the solids to be deactivated, you can always switch DirectX rendering off. Another small improvement when it comes to visuals, apart from the change logo in the top left corner of the window, we've introduced buttons for adjusting the size of the toolbars in the user interface. So previously, where we had a slider exactly like you have here for the font size, we have now introduced buttons to adjust the size of the toolbars. So improving the visuals of the model has also brought two other significant enhancement when it comes to modeling. One of them is the change in the snap icons. For example, if we were to draw a beam right now, you can see now that the snap symbols are much more thicker and much more present in modeling, and you can see straight away what are you doing. So basically the lines are much more thicker, and you can see the size of the snap is quite generous now for a better accuracy of choosing your points. Another thing that's very interesting in visual representation of your model is the dashed line representing the hidden lines of the objects. So as you can see here, when I zoom in all these, so it's in wireframe and shaded wireframe, you can better see the dotted lines. These are now much more easy to spot which line is which, and where is it positioned. You can snap much more easily on these lines, and you can better trace your snapping points. So I think it's much more easier now to model objects and to be placing them exactly where you want. For example, you can snap on this point over here, and you can have the beam, rather than previously where the absence of the dashed dotted lines in the wireframe, in the shaded wireframe views, was sometimes very prone to snapping points somewhere in the model space where there was absolutely no object to snap to. So that's pretty much what major straightaway improvements have been made on the visualization of of models. And since we are here, the next topic that I want to touch on is point clouds. So now with point clouds, you've got previous you've got more functionalities, and you've got more controls about your point cloud models, and also you've got reduced times when it comes to uploading models, and also you've got a better workflow with the points. You've got the option to adjust the size and the density of the points, and let's just add a quick point cloud that I have on my computer to see what I'm talking about. So adding point clouds is pretty much the same as for the previous version. I've now just clicked attach a point cloud. You can see that already the point cloud model has been attached. So an improvement on the side of speed when it comes with bringing on models. So if you just if I just bring the model out, you can see it's much more smooth when you navigate throughout the model with the point cloud already inserted. So what you can do now with point clouds is, if you can select those, if you expand the properties and visualization settings, you can see now you have the option to move the point clouds in the model. So if you just want, for example, to move it along grid line X, you can modify, and the point cloud is moving. Another important feature is controlling the depth precision by controlling the thickness of the point cloud, the strength. You can vary it from light to very dark, very pronounced. And you can also adjust the density of the points. You can see that if we zoom in, we have a very scarce density of points. Whether if you decide to go on the very dense spectrum, you can have more points in view. Another important feature that comes with the point clouds is clash detection. So if you click clashes for point coloring, you have the custom tolerances that you can adjust, and you can set your own colors. For example, if you want all the points that are tolerance 0 millimeters, then they will be colored in red. If you want points that are within a 5 millimeter tolerance, you can color them in orange, and so on. You can adjust these depending on the requirements that you may have. So how does this work is, if we have, for example, this beam in the object, and we select it with the clashes selected, we can see all the points that are clashing with the point cloud model. So it's pretty obvious that all the reds are straight in the wall of the model. And if we do a section cut through the point cloud where the other beam is, and if we rotate it a little bit and we select this beam, you can see all the clashes, and all the points are colored exactly like you define them in the tolerance spectrum in here. So it is very easy now to use point clouds. We have improved the speed of adding them in the model. We have improved how the software works while they are in the model. There is absolute control on the position of the point cloud, and also you can define clash rules, so you can see straight away if the elements, if the objects that you've modeled in the model do clash with the points in the point cloud. Also, you can control the density and the size of the points now, which I think it will be very useful on large point cloud models. For example, if you choose to start from a low density array of points, you can see a whole big area without having interruptions in rotation of the model. And also you can focus on small details and on small areas where you can increase the density of the points for a much more greater accuracy and detail. I will now hide the point cloud so I can further go on and demonstrate some of the modeling improvements in Tekla Structures 2020. So one of the improvements is that now you can create you can model even more complex curves shapes by using polycurve construction objects. So if we go to the construction objects and you choose polycurve from the contextual toolbar menu, choosing creating an arc, you can draw complex shapes like, for example, in here and something like that, and just click the middle mouse button. And now if I just you can always, with direct modification, you can drag points and create more curves, or you can just adjust the radius in here. But for the time for this exercise, I'll just take this polycurve and copy special. I'll just copy it, say 200 millimeters on Z direction, and I'll just take a command of creating a lofted plate out of it. So if you select the first construction object and the second construction object, you can see you can create a lofted plate out of these polycurve, and the shapes can be as complex as you may wish to be. Another important aspect regarding a lofted plates that has been improved in Tekla Structures 2020 is that now you can unfold lofted plates in single part drawings. And there's a limitation to that, so you can only unfold lofted plates which have been created from single geometry to single geometry, and for tangential polycurve lofted plates. Just to quickly demonstrate how this works, I'll just create the simplest lofted plate from two construction circles. So if I just copy this circle up above 1000 millimeters, and then I'll just adjust the radius to say 500. Take the command now to create a lofted plate out of the bottom circle and the top circle, and right now, if we were to create a single part drawing, and if we go into the document manager list, I'll just take this this drawing in here. I'll just go into the in view creation, and if you just go to attributes here and you choose unfolded, then you will have an unfolded drawing of this lofted plate. Obviously, if you were to go and create it from an arc, then you'll just have a much more better representation of an unfolded plate. Just copy it, linear 1000, and if you were to adjust this to, say, okay, or maybe something much more like that, creating a lofted part now between this and this. Will give you an unfolded representation of the single lofted plate. Another modeling enhancement in Tekla Structures 2020 is now the possibility to convert Tekla modeling objects straight into items. So if you go into the model and let's choose this column, for example, you can go to right click and convert part straight to item. Obviously, it will delete all its user-defined attributes and all its connections to other parts, but this is just for the power of example now. So I'll click yes now, and you can see the part has been converted straight into an item. You can also find the part in the shape catalog. You can see here it's been added automatically once the item has been created, and it bears by default the position in your model, reference to the grids, reference to its original name, and the position of the handles. Talking about items, you can see now once you click an item, there's a new geometry editing tab added to the ribbon, and it comes with some extra features from the previous versions. The most useful one being adding vertex points. This comes very handy when you try to slope slabs. So instead of like in the previous versions, instead of creating edges, you can now create a single vertex point, which will automatically create edges, and you can just drag and drop the point using direct modification. Just to show you an example, I'll just quickly create a concrete slab just quickly here on top of this bay. Then I will just convert this slab into an item, and we will try to add the vertex on top of it. So if you proceed now to convert part to item, the part is now converted into an item. And by selecting it and going to add a point, you can see now the you're being prompted to pick a point on an object face. So the command recognizes the face of the object. So if you place a point in there, and then you would just come in here with the direct modification activated, choosing handles from the geometry editing ribbon. You see now you have this point added here, which is a vertex point. So you can drag that by 50 mil, 100 mil, or whatever suits your slope. So you've got now a sloped item. So this is very, very useful now to create stuff like that, which previously it would have taken you a little bit more time. Now the last bit that I want to talk about is the enhancements in Tekla Structures 2020 when it comes to integration with Trimble Connect. As you can see, you have the same Trimble Connect tab at the top ribbon, but it now contains more functionalities and more commands into it. And to see how this works, I'll just quickly exemplify some of the buttons here. And in order to do that, I've already uploaded my project. It's in Trimble Connect. I've now synchronized my Tekla Structures 2020 with Trimble Connect for Windows, and I've put the both software side by side just to see how quickly some of the commands work between Tekla Structures and Trimble Connect. So the first thing that I will do right now is I'll just take this model and I'll just copy everything a floor up, and then I'll just save the model, and then I'll just upload the model to Trimble Connect. Now it might take probably a minute or two to refresh. You can just go into the revision history over here, and you can see it's already been updated. You just retrieve the last version of the model, and there you go. Your model has been updated in Trimble Connect. Obviously, you have a button here showing you the model list. Basically, this is just a tree of all your models in Trimble Connect that you can overlay in Tekla Structures. You have the to-dos straight from Tekla Structures, so if you want to set a to-do here, it will go straight away to Trimble Connect. And you also have all these synchronization buttons, synchronization buttons for views, and synchronization buttons for selection between Tekla Structures and Trimble Connect. So just to show you how these quickly work. So if you want to match the view in Tekla Structures with Trimble Connect for Windows, so if you go, for example, I don't know, I'll just go into the plan view and click synchronize. Sorry, the other way around. So if you just synchronize with Trimble Connect, you can see it goes straight away in the same view. Now, if you want to go the other way around, and say if you want to zoom in onto this node in here, and you click match view in Tekla Structures, then you automatically have the same view in your model. Again, with the selection, so if you select, say, I don't know, let's select these 4 beams at the bottom of your model, and if you now go and select current Trimble Connect objects, you will have them selected in Trimble Connect. The option for the other way around, obviously, if you want to select columns, say I want to select all these columns and then I want them selected in Tekla Structures, you can see how fast this works. So these are some of the benefits of the interoperability between your Tekla Structures model and Trimble Connect that version 2020 brings into play. There are many more aspects of this, but if you wanna find out more, you can always head to our website and read detailed release notes of Tekla Structures 2020. I hope that this has shown you some of the new features of Tekla Structures 2020. I will now take a look at some of the questions which have come in. For those which will require further research or a longer answer or an example, an email will be sent out addressing these.